why I like eating at home is because I get to decide what herbs, what vegetables, how I want my food to taste for me. I don't have to buy something at a restaurant, take it home, and doctor it. I know what I want in my food, and it makes it easier for me. I don't waste my fruit. I don't waste my vegetables. I eat what I make, save the rest for lunch tomorrow, and I'm fine with that. And this works for me.
Right. And plus, there's a lot of chemicals and hormones and antibiotics and things like that. So you really don't know what's in the food.
Right.
And going back to the vegan restaurants, right? Not all vegan places are healthy, or not, and not all vegan it should imply health, but it's really not. If potato chips are vegan,
Oh, yes.
okay, beer is considered vegan.
Vegan, yeah.
French fries are considered vegan.
The
So
Italian-
is that exactly so? But is that healthy?
Soy is considered vegan, but it's not healthy.
Yeah, it's how it's prepared.
Yeah, how it's prepared doesn't
No,
necessarily make it
you know, one of the
healthy.
things that I want to touch on is control. One of the things that I believe is that, you know, especially me on my journey, was the fact that I have control over what I put in my body and what I let in my mind. That's very important, especially when you think about foods that we eat. We have that ability to control that. Not food controlling us to the point where wherever I turn, I'm eating whatever I see. We have that power to make those choices. How do you feel about that?
Absolutely. And I was going to say, when we talk about mind, body, spirit, you have to watch what you put in your mind, and you have to watch what you put in your spirit. And when I talk about that, it's more than food. It's the company you keep.
That's
It's the television.
Yes.
You have to watch like what you're reading, what you're, because all of that, especially in our little ones. So that's important, what you feed your spirit and your mind as well.
And you said something important, the little ones.
The little ones.
Because that's where we have to start. I
We
mean,
have to start
if we
in
don't,
the womb.
like you said, if we don't want to do it for ourselves, sometimes do it for those little ones. Train them up the way that they should go. I mean, that means in every area, especially spiritual and nutrition. I feel that's a very important area that we need to focus on, those little ones. You know, my granddaughter, whenever she comes over, we cook with each other. You know, I show her how to, like especially we have the garden. We go to the garden, we get stuff, and she cooks from that. So she's already developing a lifestyle of making those choices at an early age. And it doesn't matter if you don't have a garden.
Right.
You can start anywhere. You know, you can, you know, just practice those things. Go to the grocery store. Sure. Go to the vegetable area. Yeah. Yeah. Join a co-op, you know, and start. We can start anywhere.
Yeah, instead of giving them candy, give them,
That's
because it's not the children, right? It's the adults.
That's right.
So many people say, oh, you know, I do a home assessment or a kitchen assessment, and they have all this junk in there. Oh, that's not for me. That's for my grandbabies, or that's what I said. Okay, so if you have health issues as a result of that, does your grandbabies need to be eating this? And the answer is no. And so I'm like, okay, here's the garbage bag. I don't toss it out. You have to toss it out, because you have to take ownership of your choices. And a lot of times they're like, oh, well, let me give it away. I just spent so much money. So if you don't need it, why would you pass that poison on to somebody else?
Right. That is so true.
Yeah. I think, I don't know for you, but for me, going plant-based, within a short amount of time, my mind became calm.
Oh, yeah.
I felt calm.
Get rid of all those sugars.
I felt, within a short amount of time again, I felt calm. I could think, really think. My mind wasn't racing. I slept better, felt better.
Absolutely.
It was a slow but necessary change for me. And I don't regret my change, my journey at all. None at all.
So that's a good point. A lot of people think they have issues with memory or concentration, or they think they got Alzheimer's at the beginning. And it's really, if you think about, and I love nature. I don't know if you guys watch nature shows, but
Love it.
if you watch nature shows, if you look at a lion, because we're so quick to say we're carnivores, right? We're not carnivores.
No.
We don't have these long old incisors, these fangs hanging out of our mouth meant for shredding.
Right.
So when you see these lions hunting, what are they hunting? they're looking at whatever it is, the wildebeest, the gazelles, whatever. They're tracking live food.
That's
And
right.
what do? They're not even half dead before they got them, and they're tearing them apart.
Right.
So even carnivores don't put, they have the sense enough not to put dead flesh in their body.
Right.
Wow. That's
Right. And this is okay.
And it makes sense because all of those toxins, you're no longer putting those chemicals, those hormones, and
Right.
all of that. And when they're slaughtered, they release these stress hormones.
That's right. That's true.
transferring
all
some
of
energy.
that, it's energy, and we're all
Transferring some
interconnected. And it's
Right.
the energy, so
Right.
you're taking in that.
Right.
So it makes sense that as you detox your body, that you would think better.
Right.
Now that's something that's very important that you just said, detox.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whenever you get ready to start any kind of regimen, you recommend detox.
Absolutely, and
Cleaning
a
that system.
holistic natural detox.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes.
Because
And is
there's-
that something you work with your patients? too?
Absolutely. And here's the thing. Don't detox, because the purpose of detox is to prepare your body
Uh-huh.
for something different.
Yes.
So it's not, oh, I done gained all this weight, I need to detox,
Mhm.
and then you're going to turn around and do the same thing that you did. So that don't see Miss Tracy, because no, you're not ready.
Right.
So you have to prepare yourself here
Mhm, mentally.
because it's a lifestyle.
No, that's
It is
right.
a
It is.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
Something that
Every
you want-
changing of the season,
Yep.
I detox because I'm going from one food group that was
That's right.
abundant in the summer, in spring and summer. I'm detoxing from that for the food in the fall.
Mhm.
I detox the 3 times a year now. 3 times a year I do a deep detox where a whole week. It's a whole week of detoxing to get me ready for the next quarter, for the next type of food that is abundant in this area.
And that's true. We should eat things locally, and we should eat foods in season. So that's important.
Locally.
Locally, absolutely, locally. That's
Wow.
important. Even the honey. People need to, when you eat honey,
Uh-huh.
I'm okay with honey, but it has to be raw, unfiltered, locally grown honey.
Okay.
Because the
Why is
bees are
that?
gonna, because the bees are
Not from
gonna pollinate.
China.
Because the bees are gonna pollinate the things in these areas, and what we have, the pollen and the
Well,
trees
that's
and stuff
true.
are unique to this area. So if you have allergies and stuff like that,
That's
guess
true.
what? Take a tablespoon of locally grown, raw, unfiltered honey a day, and that will help with that. And you can quit taking the Zyrtec and all of those other medications.
chemicals.
Yep, all the chemicals.
Now, well, how do you feel about those herbs that promise to do certain types of things like maca root and ginseng
Moringa.
and moringa? I love moringa now. Moringa, I love moringa. And you know, what do you guys think about those?
Ashwagandha.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love my roots. I love my herbs.
That's right.
The only suggestion I would have, if you're going to take these herbs, do your research.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely
true.
do your
True.
research.
Not everyone is selling the pure, organic herb, root, whatever. Do your research.
Right. And realize that if you're on medications or if you have a health condition,
That's right.
they can interfere with
With the
medication.
medication,
So
that's true.
don't assume that because something is
It's
natural,
Yes,
because they
right.
can market it any way they want to, and the
Right.
FDA doesn't necessarily require them to put certain things on there. So, like my
still
sister here said, do your research.
You have to be
Absolutely.
cautious. Yeah, just because it says natural, like you said,
That's right.
does not mean it's beneficial
That
for
is
you.
safe.
And always check with your physician
That's right.
and make sure that it's okay for you to take.
That's the same thing with CBD oil. Do your research.
That's right.
Now that CBD oil is legal, everyone sells it. You can buy it at the gas station, but
Yeah.
do you really want to?
No, yeah. And that's right. You want to make sure it's from a reputable therapeutic grade.
Right.
But you know what? If you find that everything, like I said, food is your medicine and
That's
medicine
right.
is your food.
That's
So you wouldn't need the CBD oil if you change this.
That's
so it really
true.
doesn't make sense to do all of these things if you're not taking care of
making those
this.
changes.
Because 80 to 85% of our health is what we put in our
That's
mouth
true.
and what
That's
we
true.
put in our body.
That is so true.
15 to 20% is everything else, including exercise.
And drinking lots and lots of water.
Lots and lots of water. I'm always getting on people about that. We need to drink at least half our body weight in ounces every day. So
And how do we figure that out? Your weight divided by 2.
that's it. As simple as that. Yep.
I absolutely love the journey I'm on. my coworkers asked me, Sherry, why are you so happy? I said, why are you not? Why are you not so happy? I wake up in the morning, I drink a warm glass of water with lemon, I feel
And
great.
what does that do? Drinking a glass of lemon.
That
Lemon water.
detoxes my liver.
Yep, great detox.
Wonderful detox for my liver. Gets me ready for whatever I'm going to eat next, which is usually a smoothie with psyllium.
I like my
psyllium.
spirulina and wheatgrass.
I love my psyllium. And it just gets me ready for the day. I don't weigh myself down in the morning. My lunch consists of fruit, a nice rainbow fruit salad, a nice salad in between in my work day, and I'm good. I'm happy all day because I believe the way I eat is not causing me to feel drained,
Sluggish or sluggish.
sad,
It gives you
angry.
energy. That's right.
Well, yeah, because when we consume a lot of sugar, you do see that
The emotions
yeah,
going up
Yeah.
and down.
Anger.
Refined sugar. So that was it was easy. I don't know about you, but it was easy for me to give up refined sugars because most things for me felt at the time that I transitioned felt taste too sweet.
Yeah.
So giving up sugar, chocolate, whatever was
But
easy for me.
what do you use instead of sugar?
Instead of sugar, I use, if I have to put sugar in something, it's coconut sugar, very
Okay.
little, agave.
I was gonna say agave is.
I like, and monk fruit.
No. What about pure cane sugar?
No.
No.
Nope. Anything that's white, anything white does not need to go in our diet.
Exactly.
Sugar, flour, white rice,
Mm-hmm.
anything that you can think of that's white is not good for us. So that needs to be transitioned out of the diet.
Well, how do you feel about, when you talk about plant-based children?
Oh, absolutely.
I believe wholeheartedly, now my grandkids, I've got 3, and I believe without a doubt that they need to start eating a plant-based diet. I'm okay.
Are you
and I
afraid
don't-
that they're going to miss out on some?
I'm not afraid that they're
No.
going to miss out on
They're not.
the minerals and nutrients that they need. But I would like to see them eat more of a raw diet. They do eat meat, but I would like to see them eat a minimum amount of meat.
That's right.
Not every day, maybe
Every
twice,
other day,
twice
twice
a
a
week,
week.
3 times a
Yeah.
week. But the majority of their diet should be, and I would like to see them eat more raw fruit and vegetables.
Now, how old are your grandchildren?
13, 7, and 4.
So they can have a little investment in their own health too, especially the 13-year-old.
Now-
They can make choices.
Now, when they come to Pop Pop and Grandma Sherry, they know without a doubt.
That they're going to
They're
get
gonna be
On
healthy.
Sherry's side, Sherry's only going to give them fruit, vegetables, or we're going to get in the kitchen and we're going to bake something
yeah, that's
or
very
make
important.
something.
Right.
Now, Pop Pop is totally different. Can't help Pop Pop, but Grandma Sherry is going to give them something that, it's very healthy, without a doubt. No junk food here.
Now, do they help you juice as well, or do they invest in their own? Do you have a juicer?
I have a great juicer, and
Okay.
they do help. When I'm in the kitchen, and what I do is I'll take one child. They'll take turns with me in the kitchen, and we'll prepare a whole something. We'll bake a cake, a vegan cake. We'll do something that everybody can eat from. And then the next time when they come over, the other one will come in, and we'll do something together. So
That's
that
a nice idea.
that one child will know how to do at least a few things
That's
when
good.
they go home.
That's planting
And we
seeds.
write it down. So I think,
That's awesome.
yes, I think it works. Now, like I said, I believe in giving children a better start than my husband does. Yeah.
And and that's the thing too. There's nothing wrong with a little, I guess, a little sugar sometimes, but it could be natural.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Natural sugar,
you
Like
replace it.
the
Yeah.
raw, the sugar in the raw, like the little brown granules.
Yes,
I'm okay with that. Limited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like I said, when I think, this is just me, when you take out something, you replace something healthy. That's the only way, because if you don't do that, you tend to fall back into those in those ways that are not so healthy. That's what I've learned how to do. Whenever I check out something, I have to put something. You have to fill that void with
Yep.
something.
Right.
Because if not, you will end up in the same situation over and over again and trying to figure out how do I get myself out of this again.
And you have to surround yourself with like-minded people.
That's true.
It's a struggle, and it's especially difficult if you're trying to make these changes and somebody's not on board, and that's okay.
Oh, that's okay.
But it's so easy. That's how a lot of people fall, because
Company
usually
we
it's the
keep.
purpose
Yeah, the company.
person that's trying to. That's right. The person that's trying to make the lifestyle changes will often revert back to, those old habits. So it's important outside of that to have people that's
Right.
going to support
Join
you.
a group.
Join a group.
And
Join a
that's-
group,
that's-
because there are lots of groups out there, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, that will share their recipes, modify them to fit your needs. But there's tons of groups out there.
Just for
that-
encouragement.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Encouragement, help. If you're just starting out and you want to try this journey, find a group.
So what do you do for a person that has been on the journey and fall back off, get back on it, go on it, get back off? What can you tell that person?
You just keep them encouraged. It's a journey.
Yes, right.
It's a journey, just like any other person that struggles, right? What do you do with that person that you love that may be drug addicted or alcoholic or whatever? That's the reality of it. Like, your sister is the exception to the rule. This transition is not easy.
It's not.
It's not. I would recommend to transition slowly. My mistake was that I gave up everything. I'm like extreme sometimes. So it's like, I'm just going to give up everything. But then it makes it easy to revert back to, I will tell you, I will not do beef or pork. But every blue moon, I will, because I have a lot of friends from different cultures.
That's right.
And if I have my friend from Ghana or somewhere that's gonna make an authentic dish, and as long as it doesn't have pork and beef in it, I'm okay with that. We have to leave a little wiggle room
Yes.
for realistic expectations. So some people can do it and take the ball and run. Some people can do it, fall back. My advice is just to keep doing it.
That's right.
Keep trying, and surround yourself by people
Positive
with
influences.
and be compassionate and loving.
That's true.
To yourself.
That's it.
Be forgiving of yourself.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Always remember that you're doing it for yourself.
That's
I
right.
mean, if we do it for anybody else, I won't say it defeats the purpose, because sometimes that's what it takes. You may be someone that's been there for you and they're encouraging you, and sometimes that gives you the encouragement and motivation you need to keep going, but mainly for yourself.
That's right. You got to do it for yourself.
Ladies, you have given us so much to think about, especially when it comes to health and wellness. How about part 2?
Let's do it.
Let's
Sounds
do it.
I like it. We'll be back.
All right. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, shalom. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these segments were beneficial as well as encouraging. Until next time, shalom.